Thanks for joining us. Tonight, recent accidents involving aerial circus artists in front of horrified crowds are illuminating the skills and focus needed to pull off these high-stakes maneuvers night after night. But where can the big-top performers of tomorrow go to learn the ropes? Here's Nightline correspondent Ashin Singh.
This was the heart-stopping moment. Floating high above the ground, a Cirque du Soleil aerial artist loses her grip on the hoop mid-stunt and plummets to the ground during a show in Portland as bystanders watched in horror.
It just went instantly silent when she fell. At first, we all thought it was part of the show.
OSHA is now investigating. And just days before that, another harrowing fall. This one during a tightrope chair stunt for England's Gravity Circus, performed by the High Wire troupe. Both performers survived their falls. People all over the world go to the circus to see incredible performances. But these stunts come with incredible risks for the performers. With stakes so high, how do they prepare for these big moments? Here's a peek behind the curtain. Welcome to Circus School.
We're here in Circus School, and y'all actually consider this college?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You guys are getting college credit for it?
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
This is the Circadium School of Contemporary Circus in Philadelphia. It's one of the only professional circus programs in the entire country, and the only one where you can get a diploma in circus arts.
This is like college for circus?
Absolutely. So for students who want a higher education pathway where they get a diploma after 3 years of full-time study from an accredited school, this is their place.
Now, before we go on, let's talk about the circus for a minute. For hundreds of years, this is the circus that we've known in the U.S.
There's excitement everywhere. The circus is here.
Elephants, lions jumping through hoops, bears on bicycles. The Big Top was a place for fun, spectacle, and clowns. Lots of clowns.
Circus has been in this country since the late 1700s. The first circus in the U.S. was actually in Philadelphia in 1793. That history has been a really important part of American culture, and all the big, spectacular, gigantic spectacle of circus is really an American invention.
But now, many look like something else entirely. Instead of elephants and ring bearers, you see acrobatic feats, famously showcased in Cirque du Soleil. Circadium is at the forefront of training the next generation of performers. Shauna Kennedy is Circadium's executive director, a former juggler and aerialist. She founded the school with her husband in 2017.
I feel like when you go to the circus and you're actually watching a performance underway, everybody wonders, how did that person get there? But few actually realize that they did go to school to learn some of these skills.
So 100 years ago, if you wanted to be in the circus, you needed to be raised in the circus, be part of a circus family, or run away and join the circus, as people would say.
Literally?
Yes, you would have to hop on a train and join the circus.
That desire is as American as apple pie, highlighted in film and culture, with movies like The Greatest Showman, starring Hugh Jackman. It's the dream Ava, Haley, and their classmate Bailey all decided to pursue.
Tell me that moment where you're telling your friends and family, I'm not going to go to college, or I'm not going to go to traditional college. I want to go to circus school.
I had no idea I wanted to do circus. I took recreational classes, and I went to normal college. I was studying to do science, and then one day I just decided to do this instead.
You literally gave it the old college try.
Yeah.
I also did a year of normal college, and I just hated it.
My parents always knew that I wasn't really going to go to normal four-year college, but they always tell me that their friends are like, oh, it's so great, you're letting Haley do what she wants, and they're like, we didn't have a choice.
Like a regular college, every student here chooses a major. Bailey majors in aerial straps. Haley is a trapeze artist.
What's that moment like, being up there on the trapeze, for people who will never kind of experience that?
Most of the time, I'm super zoned into what I'm doing. That's all I can focus on, and I'm not thinking about anything else that's happening in my life or in the world. And then I'll come down and then I'll see people just like staring at me, and I'm like, oh, hello.
Y'all were watching that?
Yeah. But like everything just kind of like blurs out in the background.
And Ava is a contortionist.
So were you that kid growing up that would like squeeze into suitcases and into lockers and surprise people?
I didn't really do that very much, but I do remember like at recess putting my feet over my head to like impress my crush.
So how does it all work? Because it can't just be death-defying tricks all day.
And you guys also don't just offer physical classes here. There's a bit of classroom work here in circus school.
There is. So we try to keep the kind of written and academic portions of the class all related to their art form and to their careers. So we do a career planning class where we do financial management, and we do marketing, and we do things like that.
Success could mean making a living out of this. According to Indeed.com, the national average for a circus performer in the U.S. is around $77,000 a year, with salaries at the biggest shows, like Cirque du Soleil, getting to more than twice that.
And how much does it actually cost to go here?
So tuition is $12,980 per year. We try to keep it affordable for students, and that covers everything. That covers their whole time here.
The standards here are high because the danger is so high. Captured in disturbing videos. In 2018, Cirque du Soleil aerialist Jan Arnaud died after a fall while performing a high-flying routine. And multiple performers were hurt during this 2014 Ringling Brothers show in Rhode Island. These falls, along with the two this past month, showcasing just how much could go wrong with these kinds of performances. Gravity Circus putting out a statement at the time of the accident saying in part, in live entertainment and high-risk performances, accidents can unfortunately happen despite stringent safety measures. Our emergency protocols were immediately enacted and the performer was promptly taken to the hospital. And Cirque du Soleil telling ABC News Today, the artist is doing well and has now been discharged from the hospital, whilst being cared for by our team.
How about the danger aspect of it all? I mean, especially the two of y'all. Y'all are up pretty high. Do you guys have any fear?
Sometimes I'll usually...
Working on some pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah, well, I'll usually learn skills low to the ground and then bring them up, but I have lately been putting a pool noodle around the metal bar, so if I hit it, it doesn't hurt as bad.
So pain is just a part of this game.
Yeah.
It just, you've all accepted it.
Yeah, it doesn't really affect you as much anymore. You get used to it.
How do you prepare your students for literally, I mean, this is class to them at a certain point, but this is risky stuff.
You'd be surprised. So the things we do here are not actually significantly riskier than most professional sports. In fact, in some ways they're a lot less injury prone than some professional sports. Everything has safety mechanisms in place. We've developed systems for keeping people safe, but also not overstraining the body. So there's less traumatic injuries because you're training appropriately. What we do have to prepare our students for is when they go out into the world, being in a space that may not be as controlled as this. So when they work professionally, they're going to be intense. They're going to be in buildings. They're going to be working for corporate clients where they may have to rig their own apparatus. And those are the things we need to be very careful with them and to teach them how to ask the right questions.
So, Shayna, we're in school.
Okay, I can't wait to show you this stuff. We are here to teach you some circus.
I feel like my ego's on the line, but I'm excited to give it a shot.
It's going to be fun.
Growing up, my mother always told me that I needed to become a doctor or a lawyer.
Yeah.
But now I'm hanging upside down on television. Sorry, Ma.
I feel like Miley Cyrus right now.
You got this. You got this. There you go. Yes. Good.
I'm not running off to join the circus anytime soon.
This feels crazy. All right.
Yes. Okay.
But in a few years, all of these students will. And maybe a new adventure is waiting for each of them.
Our thanks to Ashen. When we come back, their trip to the International Space Station was supposed to last 8 days. Now 2 astronauts are staying there for 8 months.